Hi, this is Lara at Elliott Wave Gold on Thursday the 15th of February 2018. I'm going to update my Bitcoin analysis and I'm going to use some new data thanks to a member for emailing me some links. The CoinDesk data I was using just really wasn't very good. So I'm going to use Yahoo Finance data because it seems to be a lot better. The last Bitcoin analysis I have was 13th of February. Well, I updated my data on 13th of February, so let's have a look. I'm going to just select from the 13th of February this year to today's date, apply, and download this data. And now I'm going to go into MotiveWave. I'm going to import this data, so File, Chart, Import Data, find my file. In here, I'm going to uncheck all of these. I've already actually replaced the CoinDesk data with the historic Yahoo Finance data, so I've fixed some of those problems that I had. So I'm just updating for the last couple of days. Import, make sure I've got the same symbol. I want the bar size to be daily. It always opens a new tab. Let's go back to the other one. Okay, so that's what it's done. Here's the key. Has it overlapped into first wave price territory? Yes, it has. I think, what about this? Yeah, that's probably the case. So I think that was the end of the... Oh no, well that doesn't work. Okay. Okay, so the conclusion... It's going to have to be quite bearish actually for Bitcoin. What about this forever trend line? No. Here we are, here, ages away. From the start down here, and the low here on 22nd of August 2010 is 3 cents. It should be here. With the new data, that's a bit different. So this is the 9th of April 2017, 8 for 1.53. That's the forever trend line. It's still above that. And it's going to break that now, maybe about 3,700. That's ages away. So far, this could just be a pullback within an ongoing bull market. I don't think so though, because its structure's complete and it ended with that last 2 weeks of vertical upward movement, and we've got a huge bearish engulfing candlestick here. So what about the wave count for the short term if we've got a high in place for Bitcoin? So we still don't have a 5 down complete. Three can't be over there, so that means we've got another 1, 2. Which, if that's correct, Bitcoin may be winding up for a really spectacular drop. And the invalidation point stays the same. Or, oh, see, this data's different. My CoinDesk data low is there. 10.87571. 10.223. It hasn't overlapped. I mean, it's possible that intermediate 3 could be over. I'll have a look at that. See, all my data points are different. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so this doesn't work anymore. Is this a double zigzag maybe? At this point in time, it actually doesn't matter too much. I know that sounds odd. No. Put that there, please. I'm going to have, what have I got for the alternate here? Oh yeah, I'll leave that. Let's do another alternate. What if intermediate 3's over here? How would that subdivide? What would that look like? Horrible. That's an overlap, right? That doesn't work. Okay. Bitcoin doesn't, I know it sounds odd, but it doesn't have sufficient volume, I think, to have really good looking Elliott wave structures. But that, even for Bitcoin, is unacceptable. So if that doesn't work, even though there's no overlap so far here, I can't see a solution for that third wave. It can only be an impulse. Well, I suppose we could have 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 could be somewhere in here. I guess that's possible. I don't like the look of it. What about the hourly chart level? How does that look? Oh, this data's horrible down at that low time frame. See, this is so gappy and so thin, it just doesn't have sufficient volume for a good Elliott wave analysis. Not data that looks like that. No, I don't think that's a proper impulse. Let's go back to daily. So that doesn't work. So this, if we've got a high in place, I think we now have a series of 3 overlapping first and second waves. I don't like the disproportion between minor 2 and minute 2, but this is Bitcoin. Its proportions just aren't always good. So that's quite bearish. That's actually very bearish. Which means the next move for Bitcoin, as long as it remains below the invalidation point, could be a third wave down at 3 degrees. So quite a substantial drop. Now here's another thing about Bitcoin when you look at it on this 2-weekly chart. When you go back and you look at the last rises, I just have to adjust my labelling now I've got new data. Oh wow, that's really different, isn't it? The ends of its huge big bull runs end with here 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks of vertical rise, and then the first correction in the resulting fall is usually quite early and over quite quickly. Let's have a look at this. So here we had 2 weeks of vertical rise, and there wasn't a big, deep, timely correction to get in there, which is why I said when this happened and we had this vertical rise, which is even more vertical, 1, 2, 3 weeks of vertical rise, here was the first deepest correction, and if Bitcoin behaves the same after this vertical rise, then this was the best entry point for being short, and currently this is another good entry point for being short. This is a very bullish long lower wick. So the key is, if you wanted to try go short here, the key is finding an entry point. I don't think this is over yet. There's no bearishness here. There's a bit of support from volume for this upward day. I'd be looking for it to end this bounce soon, but in another couple of days. That the caveat with that analysis is price has to remain below the invalidation point for that very bearish outlook to remain intact. That's all from me.